This week's Half Moon Bay and Monterey Park shootings have left the community reeling, many trying to process their feelings about these tragedies. They left 18 people dead across the state of California. As
families work to cope with feelings of grief and frustration, we're turning to experts to help us make sense of it all. Joining us tonight is mental health advocate Dr. Ruth White. Dr. Ruth, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me, Noelle and
obviously, there's just so much that's happened over the last week. Feels like we've almost, lived the entire month in the last week. When you add on top of, add all of that on top of whatever might be going on in your personal life, I feel like it can be hard to handle and compartmentalize. And I'm wondering if there's some practices of how you figure out what you personally have capacity to handle.
Right. So this is called secondary trauma or vicarious trauma, which is basically being exposed to the firsthand trauma of somebody else. So it could be watching somebody get shot or watching somebody like with police violence, or any time that somebody's exposed to watching somebody else go through something. So the symptoms is it's good to be self-aware about the changes that you're feeling. So oftentimes people will feel a little more anxious. They might have nightmares. They might have sleep issues. Sometimes people just find it hard to concentrate and work. So then it's really, really important for people to set boundaries around their exposure to secondary trauma. So it means things like, don't do the doom scrolling. So you can get information that you need. You don't need to watch it. I do not watch anybody getting, having violence against somebody. It's hard enough in the movies, and it's just really not good for our mental health to be exposed to it, especially in a 24-hour news cycle where you're seeing clips of something over and over. You're hearing somebody talk about what has been happening and over, and you listen to it for hours. So it's really important to set boundaries about, around exposure to media. It's really good to get outside and be active. And if people feel as if they need if they feel these symptoms, one of the good things as well is to share with someone else. So talk to your support system. Go to a therapist if it's really getting problematic for you. And also just take care of yourself, eat well, get some exercise, and really connect with your people in your personal circle.
And Dr. Ruth, you bring up an interesting thing, getting outside, being able to enjoy regular everyday life. But then there's been this erosion of well-being in our everyday lives, going to the grocery store, wanting to go to concerts to enjoy yourself. I mean, going to school, dropping your kids off and expecting to see them when they come home. But we've been dealing with these shootings and also dealing with the news that comes with all of that. But how do you cope? How do you cope with just doing everyday things?
Well, again, that's the part about really limiting exposure and having somewhere to put it. Like if you need to write it down, keep a journal. Because for me, I was exposed to a similar thing when they had the Juneteenth shooting in Oakland a couple of years ago. And I was there. And I remember the lake is somewhere I walked all the time. It was somewhere I went to find peace. And it was really, really hard. The first time I went back there, my heart was racing. My hands started to shake. You start to feel like short of breath. So the thing to be careful of is not to just squelch whatever you're feeling. It's really important to talk to someone, share with someone, and really take care of yourself. And again, if it's something that, if you're waking up in the middle of the night with nightmares about this, or you're finding yourself so overprotective, as you were saying about kids, like people, are scared of school shootings, but you don't want to put that on your kid, and you can't live like that every day in a state of tension. So it's really important to put boundaries around exposure, as well as taking care of oneself, and not really trying to make kids still feel safe in the moment, because we don't want our kids to be so afraid that they don't want to leave the house.
Well, and talking to kids, talking to anyone sometimes is really hard. It's going to be hard to articulate what you're actually feeling. I feel as though sometimes I talk to people and I ask, how are you doing, or how have you been dealing with all of this? And their response is just, oh, well, it's been a lot. But they can't necessarily articulate what they've been feeling. How common is that? And are there any ways to help figure out how to vocalize your actual feelings?
Yes, that is common because it's this sort of amorphous feeling, right? Like I remember when I was going through it, it was sort of this thing where I'm like, okay, I have to get back to I have to go there because I can't avoid it forever. And I remember saying to my friends, I just felt off. And I think it's important for people who, if you're feeling those feelings for a long time, for me, it was about a week and a half when I was kind of like, okay, I've been there, everything's fine, it's going to be okay, talking to myself, like giving myself positive self-talk. But I think it's really important for a lot of people to maybe just write it down, like actually put words to the feelings. And once you write that down, then you have those words that you can verbalize it to others. You can you actually help yourself because now you've identified those feelings for yourself as well.
Yeah, it's important. It's an important time to really just, take care of yourself and really find outlets, I suppose. Because I was reading earlier before about this idea of a cascade of traumas. We've been dealing with the pandemic, we've been dealing with mass shootings, climate-related issues, so many different things that are happening in it. And it seems like our reserves are depleted. And it's like, how do we, refill those reserves? So I guess the key
that
takeaway.
988 number.
Oh, right.
Really it's really important for people to also remember that if they're feeling the stress of secondary trauma, vicarious trauma, use that number. Talk to someone. Someone is always at the end of that line, and it's available across the entire country. And so anyone can access that. And if somebody on the other end of the line thinks they need more resources, they'll do referrals.
Mental health advocate, Dr. Ruth White, thank you so much for taking your time tonight. I feel like it has helped the two of us and hopefully those watching at home. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.